pretty fun. I've never been able to donate because I was a poor high school student with no job, and now I'm a poor high school graduate with enough money to be a little irresponsible with. Thank you all for the great stream. I can't wait to see what's to come. Archangel111 donates $10 and says, "Hey, SGDQ from New Zealand. 4th year watching, absolutely love it. It's my last week off university before next semester, so it's a great way to end it. Haven't slept much. Shout out to Ashton, and can I get some hype for Amnesia?" Here's some hype, thank you. $50 from Sneezy Mr. Milo. Shout out to my friend Kane I'm watching this with late at night in Canada. Keep up the great work, guys. Kill those animals. Here's $10 from Red161. Hi there. 3rd GDQ that I have donated in a row. Keeping up with the tradition to donate during Amnesia. And, as with tradition, for my Rack Attack brethren, save the animals. And here we have a $5 anonymous donation. I was never able to beat this game from it being so scary, so crazy watching Savage just whisk past everything. In the spirit of the game, kill the animals. If you want to hear your donation read live on stream, you can go now to the Games Done Quick website, shoot us a donation. You may hear your comment read live on stream, and you can also put your donation towards many great incentives. There's some great glitch exhibitions that have not yet been unlocked. Right now, we have a glitch exhibition for Skyrim that is currently sitting at $3,163.63. We're still quite a ways short of the $12,500 we need. So if you want to see Skyrim being broken apart, now's a good time to donate for that. Summer Games Done Quick 2016 is raising money for Doctors Without Borders, which supports people who cannot otherwise access healthcare by employing specialized medical and logistical help or running longer-term projects designed to tackle health crises. At any time, some 30,000 doctors, nurses, midwives, epidemiologists, water and sanitation experts, and many others representing dozens of nationalities can be found providing assistance to some of the world's most vulnerable patients.
All right, we're good? We're good to go? All right, cool. Hi, guys. I'm the psychoripper. This is Star Wars Dark Forces, and yeah, I'm using file name ripchip. Shoutouts to my friend Yez. He's a pretty cool guy. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get this run started in 3, 2, 1, go. Alrighty, so this is the first Star Wars game to feature the protagonist, Kyle Katarn. He's a pretty fan favorite character in the extended universe, which is no longer canon, by the way. But unlike the other Jedi Knight games that he's part of, he's not actually a Jedi in this game, so he's just a mercenary. So instead of seeing like force powers and stuff, you'll be using a lot more traditional classic FPS mechanics. And one thing about this game is, casually, most people got lost in a lot of levels because they're a bit ambiguous and kind of big. But this run's just going to kind of show you how fast you can really get through most of them. The first 2 levels are pretty straightforward. There's a lot that's going to go on in this run afterwards, though, so I'll take this time to, if you guys have a donation, go ahead and read it, because after this level I need to explain a lot of stuff. So,
at the moment, we do not. So if you're looking to have your donation comment read, this is a good time to donate.
Yeah. I guess while we're waiting on that, I will say one thing that's different about this as an FPS game versus a lot of other 90s FPS games is that a lot of older FPS games have strafe running as a means of moving faster. you actually move about the same speed running forward as you do diagonally in this game, so it's kind of something that's a little different. Kind of makes navigating a lot easier, a lot more streamlined. Now right here we're going to go ahead and activate this bridge, because we have to activate the, we have to go collect a evidence from the attack that happened on this base. So this guy's getting in the way, it's really annoying. So we're going to go ahead and do this. There's not a whole lot to talk about. Like, this level is really straightforward. There's not a whole lot going on. The levels in this game can go from being really large and kind of hard to navigate to being really kind of hastily put together like this one.
Get back to the landing pad and I'll meet you there.
Alrighty. Another thing that's interesting is that this game has an objective system where you have to complete objectives to finish levels rather than just go to an exit and hit a switch. So that kind of adds some interesting things to the routing. But now that this level's going, or this one's over, we're going on to the next level, which is Anowit. This is the level that introduces thermal detonators. And since this is an old school FPS game, it naturally has some sort of explosive boosting built into it. So normally here, hold on. Normally here we're supposed to go through a series of 3 different tunnels to raise the water level to get to the end, if I can hit the switch. But because there is explosive boosting in this game, if we just align ourselves up here, we can skip the entire puzzle for this level.
Nice.
Basically get straight to the end. This saves about 1.5 minutes in time, and it's one of the more significant skips in the game. Alright. And that's just one example of what you can do with TD jumping. The next level has quite a bit of it, and some of it's quite tricky. So the thing with this level is you're supposed to collect a couple keycards to get to the room where the objective is. The code for the door that the keycards give you is the same every time, so you don't have to collect those actually. You can actually just, if you know the code, just put it in. A lot of other older games will have that. And we're going to go for... Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Alright, sweet, I got that. That jump is really awkward and kind of difficult to do. It saves only about 10 seconds. And this is the code. Oh. I messed this one up. That's fine. There you go. So that saves a little bit of time, but now we're going on to the big trick in this level. Because normally we're supposed to do a puzzle for this. If I just align this carefully. There we go.
Awesome. Nice.
That jump, I was really worried about missing because if you miss that jump, it wastes like almost 30 seconds. One thing about this game, compared to, again, to the other Jedi Knight games, is you don't have quick saving. So if you do make a mistake, you have to eat all the time loss. There's no quick saving and quick loading. And normally we're supposed to take the front entrance to get out of the base, but we're just going to TD jump up the vent to get out of there faster.
Yeah, getting all the TD jumps first try is really great.
Yeah, the TD jumps are a lot harder than they look. The timing is very strict. All right, so we're going on to the next level. This level is kind of boring. We just have to get to a certain point in the level by a certain time in order to actually save time. While I'm getting there, you can go ahead and read a donation if you have it.
Sure thing. We have $20 from ARPCamped. Says, hey, thanks to all the Speedrunners staff and everyone who's donating their time to make GDQ happen. Here's $20. Who wants to match me?
Alright. This is another weapon we're using. This is the repeater. It's a lot like the blaster rifle, except it's way more accurate and it actually pushes enemies back. We didn't really grab this for a while because we didn't think it was useful, but there are a couple places where it can actually be pretty nice to have. Alright, sweet. I was worried about missing that one. Alright, we're also coming up on a kind of difficult jump to do. I would say it's frame perfect, but it's not exactly frame perfect, and I missed it, so that's great. Alright, just give me 1 second.
The game kind of has
Okay,
checkpoints.
now this level's going to take a while. Sorry, just let me focus here for a second. Okay. Actually kind of nervous now. Great. Alright, I have to restart the level, unfortunately, because I'm not going to have any extra lives. So this is going to waste a little bit of time, unfortunately. So if you guys have donations, go ahead and keep rating them.
We sure do. Here's $10 from Blue Bucket. Says, hey, Joey, it's Blake from the GK crew.
What's up, Blake?
I think I speak for all of us from your Gaming Nights family by saying that we are so proud of you for how far you've come in speedrunning to make it all the way to SGDQ and still be a part of our lives. You've impacted each and every one of us at GK, and we thank you. Good luck on your run. This donation goes to Runner's Choice.
All right, cool. Thanks, guys.
Another $50 from Patty Shakes. Go,
Hey.
Joey, go. Your Orlando Gaming Nights family is so proud of you. Way to reach your dream.
All right, so I'm gonna try this again one more time. Got it. Jesus, that's so hard. That jump is like I said, I want to say it's frame perfect, but that's just the speedrunner's excuse for saying this is really hard. But yeah, that jump is pretty annoying because getting it is important because it skips having to get a blue key. But it's kind of interesting that it's just kind of there. You can just jump to it. There's a slightly safer way to do it, but I've not practiced that one, so as silly as it is, I don't know the safer strat for it because I'm so used to just getting it normally. But one thing that I'm doing here is, what I messed that up, that's fine. A lot of weapons have secondary fire modes. The thermal detonator, you just lob it and it explodes after a second. And you can do that to throw them through moving walls and doors and do more damage to that enemy before he can get out. And right here we have, hold on 1 second, it's about picky. All right, there we go. So yeah, that's kind of useful there because it allows you to take out the Dark Trooper a little faster. There's a more distinct use of exploiting doors and movable walls later on in the game, but I'll explain that when I get there. But yeah, that was unfortunately messy, but you know, these things happen. It's not a big deal. We'll just kill it the rest of the run, I guess. We're gonna take a little shortcut back up here. And now we're going on to one of the trickier levels in the run. This is Detention Center. There is a certain point we need to get by to get what we refer to as one cycle detention center, and if Cube, if you want to explain what that is, go ahead.
Yeah, so basically he needs to run through this entire beginning section without bumping into too many walls or getting blocked by any enemies, so that these elevators later on will be in the right cycle so that he can get through there without having to wait for any...
Yeah, there's very, very limited room for mistakes for that to happen.
Yeah.
But one thing that's interesting about this level is, like Research, you have a key-coded door that's the same every time, so that's really important because this level is actually really complicated and very big. So being able to not have to collect key cards is nice, but there's also a developer-intended secret route you can take to get to the main objective of the level, which is kind of cool. Let's hope I get one cycle. There we go. Alright, I think we got it.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is nice. Yep, we got it. One cycle's good.
Nice.
Yeah, the difficult thing about that is if you don't have a lot of room to mess up, and if you don't get it... Hold on. If you don't get it, you end up losing like 14 seconds waiting. That doesn't seem like a lot, but this game is really optimized, and I mean, when you don't have quick saves and quick loads to make up for mistakes, you gotta basically try to make as few mistakes as possible. I'm gonna do a cool little TD jump right there. This level is also pretty straightforward. There isn't a whole lot of things you haven't seen yet that are being done here. We will be using a death warp at one point, but so the main thing with this level is we want to restock up on thermal detonators because we're going to need a lot more for the rest of the run. And this is just a convenient area because these enemies all have them. But I'm going to be trying to watch my health because I want it to be low because I want a death warp after I get a certain key. But that just kind of boils down a little bit of luck based on how enemies behave. I can manipulate it myself as well just by inflicting damage with thermal detonators, but hopefully I don't have to waste too many of those. Alright, this is the room I was talking about. My shields are still pretty good, so got this key. Using a little more than I want to, but I want to play safe. But death warping out of that room saves a few seconds, and it's convenient, so we just always go for it. Alright, and before I get to the next level, if you have time for one more donation, go ahead.
Garaliru chips in $30 and says, "You are not authorized in this area." Jokes aside, I'm happy that my man psychoripper finally got into a GDQ with Dark Forces. Really shows how far he's got after all these years. Good luck to him and every runner hereafter. Also, Megumi happy.
Alrighty, so this is robotics. This is one of my favorite levels in the run. It has a lot of interesting little tricks, and it also has the most broken ice physics in the world. I'll explain that in a little bit, though. I want to get through this part first. So jumping up there with the thermal detonator saves you having to do basically the first third of this level, which requires you to get ice cleats and collect a keycard. Ice cleats are literally useful for this level only, and they're kind of out of the way to get, so we don't really get them. But the thing that's bad about the ice physics in this game is because the game is running at such a high frame rate, it kind of messes up the ice physics. And if you like run into a wall, like you'll like start moving at the slowest speed the game possibly can give you if you're on ice. And if you die and respawn on ice, you don't move. Like you just stand there and you're stuck. And the only way you can fix that is using something else to give you momentum. So usually that's in the form of an explosion. All right, so we're gonna get here. Also another relatively useless item here, which is the gas mask. We only use it for this level. So we just gotta set these charges, and we're gonna actually get introduced to the other Dark Trooper. There's two Dark Troopers in this game. One is the melee Dark Trooper, and the other one is just the regular Dark Trooper, I guess. But he's not gonna pose much of a problem, because there's a certain power-up that's gonna just take care of him relatively quickly. Yep, that's the Dark Trooper that destroyed that rebel base at the beginning of the game.
Good boss.
Alrighty, so now we're just going to get to the exit. This is the one section coming up here that is a reason why you would normally not want to skip out on ice cleats, because all of these really small platforms have ice physics, and there's those ice cleats I was talking about.
Nice.
After all the ice physics, of course.
Yeah, that was one of the, when I started learning the game, one of the hardest things was getting used to that and doing that platforming sequence. It's very tricky, because your control is just very limited.
Yeah, it's easy to fall off also.
Speaking of falling off. Anyways, this is an interesting level right here because casually this level takes quite a while. It's very big. But there is a... Oh, shoot. Hold on one second. This jump sucks. There's a convenient little shortcut we can do to cut out a small fraction of this level. Just like that.
Nice.
So we take one of the more complicated levels and make it the shortest level in the game. It only takes about like 20 seconds at the most.
This is my favorite part.
This level's great because you start out without your gear and you just have to punch this thing that looks like it came out of Jurassic Park.
Just punch it directly in
And
the
it's
face.
all luck-based,
Aw.
so I died. That's not cool. Of course, he
One
only
punch
took one more
away.
punch. But yeah, you have to get your gear first. That's 3 things you have to do in this level, which are to get your gear, rescue Janors, and then collect the blue Navicard. This guy's taking forever to kill. But anyways, so we're going to get the blue key because we need that to open
you
the
got
next
it.
door. I need the mines, though, which is this door right here. We're going to collect our gear first, and then we're going to actually do something interesting with this level. Oh my god.
Wow. That guy.
Hold on one second. I got to focus a little bit. That was unlucky. Oh, wow. That's cool. These guys are not letting up on me. Like, they are just attacking me left and right. But anyways, now that we have our gear, we're going to do another type of explosive boost. First, I need this because it's very important that I have it. One second. Let me just adjust this. So we can just launch ourselves up there. And now we're going to be able to do this level out of order. We're going to actually rescue Janors first and then get the blue Navicard, which is the opposite of how you're supposed to do it. Hopefully I don't die in between now and then, because I do want to die once I rescue Jan, because it's a little faster, but if I get bad luck, it could backfire on me.
Yeah, he does only have 1 life left.
Yeah, it was just kind of unfortunate with all the attacks that happened earlier. All right, that's good. So now I just rescued Jan, so I'm just going to kill myself in front of her so I can get out of here. And
She's fine, don't worry.
not traumatizing or anything. So now I gotta go get the blue Navicard to end this level. Like I said, this game is interesting because you have to complete objectives to complete the level rather than getting to the end and hitting a switch. So even if this is out of order, you still have to get all the objectives. And that holds true for every level except for this one coming up. So Cube, if you want to explain what's going on here, I gotta set this up.
Yeah, so there's a boss behind this wall. I think it's actually Boba Fett, right?
It's Boba Fett, yeah.
And basically you can just plant these explosives, and he's like walking, I think, and you just kind of have to get lucky.
Oh wow, that
And
was really
he
fast.
just died right there. You could hear him scream.
Yep, so I just killed the boss of this level, and unlike the other levels, when you do this, this triggers the end of the level rather than having to collect the other objectives. And this is really, really significant because now I have 2 ships, and this makes one of the other really long levels incredibly short. So thank goodness, because that level casually has a lot of backtracking and a really annoying puzzle sequence. So now we're on Fuel Station. This is not a terribly interesting level. There's like one somewhat cool thing you can do here, but it's also really kind of awkward. This level is also another reason why I pick up the repeater, because there's one enemy in particular that I want to have accurate shots at so he doesn't stop me from doing what I need to do. So we're just going to throw this in here real quick. Pick up some more TDs for the rest of the run. Wow, he hit me. Well, all right, do this one. And normally you are supposed to rotate these platforms so you can get to this side. I got it, thank goodness. But anyways, it's actually possible to jump without the TDs, but it's very difficult to do at this frame rate. On lower frame rates, or like the PS1 version of this game, it's actually really easy to just jump. But we use TD jumps because it's a little easier to do at this frame rate. Alrighty. Also, we got the concussion rifle. This is my favorite weapon in the game. It's basically a miniature BFG, and it doesn't use a lot of ammo. And normally you can TD jump on these platforms to get back here, but I'm not going to bother with it. It's not that much faster. Alrighty. Now, while I'm finishing this up, you can read another donation if you have one.
We do. We have $250 from Cyclops Boy.
All right. That's nice.
Super hyped for the Star Wars block and KOTOR. Doctor's good, borders bad.
Yeah, seriously, thanks for all the donations, guys. This event goes to a really good cause. All right, so we're doing something here which allows me to use the action button right before I go on an elevator, and that lets me activate it without hitting the switch. It's a really small time saver. Okay, this is not faster, but it's way more satisfying. If you stay still, that'd be even better, but you just gotta All right, so now this level's over. I gotta wait until a certain point before I can get to the next level, though.
Good job, Kyle.
Good job, Kyle. All right, so now we're on the second to last level already. All right, I didn't take any splash damage, so this should go pretty fast. There's a mine behind that wall I just blew up, and there's a good chance it can actually do damage to you, but it didn't, so that's good. We're going to do a lot of really satisfying TD jumps here to get up here. And this level is interesting because it gives you the best weapon in the game. Normally, casually, you'd get it in Imperial City, but you skip all of Imperial City, so you don't really get the chance to get it. Oh. Alright, now he's going to take this elevator. I'm going to do a little damage, because once I get to the top, I want to die and respawn so that I can have full health, so I can do a mine boost pretty safely. This actually is really small, but it saves a lot of platforming. There we go. And the secret compartment gives me the assault cannon, also known as the zero gun by other runners, because it's on the key. That the default key for it is the 0 key. Nobody actually knew what the gun was called for a while. Alright, so we gotta kill these 3 dark troopers in order to progress to the next part of the level. Which is really not that hard to do, because weapon supercharge is really ridiculously good. Alright, so that's done, and now we have this sequence where we have to move this thing forward. Unfortunately, we cannot make it go any faster. We have to wait until it gets to the next switch before we can make it go any further. It's really exciting. Alright.
You show that button who's boss.
Such a satisfying sound. It's even worse on the PS1 version because the sound effects sound like you're punching a trash can. Alrighty. Now there's a very small chance this level can soft lock for no reason whatsoever, but that didn't happen, thank goodness. Alright, now we're on the last level of the game. Already. This is a really fun level. It's also the longest level in the run. And I missed that jump, that's cool. Alright, let's do this. And we have to do a bunch of different fights and plant a couple of different bombs throughout the arc hammer. Alright, here's the first one. So interestingly enough, this Dark Trooper we actually have to fight, because if we don't, a certain area that we need to get to progress the level is blocked off. But now that we have shield supercharge, we're just going to do this explosive boost right there with like 5 different barrels. Normally that would kill you.
Yeah, use the alternate attack of that gun.
So there's the first one. Yeah, we have to plant 3 of these. And Alright, there's the elevator thing like I was talking about earlier. Alrighty. We're going to do a TD jump here just to not have to worry about waiting on all these. There we go. That just barely worked. Here's my favorite quote in the game. For freedom. Happy 4th of July, everyone.
But it's the 5th.
Not in some parts of the U.S.
They don't count.
That's still part of the U.S. Whatever, it's Independence Day every day.
I don't think that's true.
Alrighty. I'm gonna just do a TD jump up here so I can save having to do a sequence of the conveyor belt. It's a little bit faster, but a little bit is important. And this is a kind of a relatively new thing. Normally we used to just ride this conveyor belt, but we found out it's faster to just TD jump up here. Alrighty. Just gotta get through this. Alright. Clear out these enemies so they don't get in the way. We gotta do this switch puzzle right here. The way we do this is the way I'm doing it is the fastest way because it kind of optimizes the amount of waiting time between each shot because it moves a panel on the wall, and that just does it in a way that gets it done quickly without having to wait on each one. All right, Jen's gonna be proud. Just gonna kill ourselves in this elevator real quick to get more shields and health, just to have as much as we can going into the last room because this is the last room in the game. Where you gotta fight 2 Dark Troopers and then fight the final boss of the game. It's not too bad. Alright, he's giving me really good luck there, except I fell, so that wasn't worth it. Alrighty. Come on. Alright. I'm gonna pick up this ammo. I don't really need it, but it's just for safety more than anything. So now we're coming on the final boss of the game. Prepare to be disappointed.
Sounds nice.
Yeah, this boss is literally just a slightly stronger Dark Trooper, and instead of having rockets, he has like mines that explode when you're at close range, but you're not really gonna be close to him. And now he's dead. And we're getting ready to go on time, so on my count, time. What was my time? I'm actually really upset, but most of that was just because of Gromus going so badly. It's not a big deal, but just shout-outs to a lot of the people who helped me get better at this game. On 2 Planks, he kind of helped push that game a lot. Weregoose for finding a lot of stuff, and other people who've run the game like Cubeface, Jack of Hearts, and Allnack. And thanks everyone for watching.
Thank you for doing the run.
Nice.
Great. That was psychoripper with Star Wars Dark Forces. Coming up next, Covert Muffin will be doing Star Wars Jedi Knight Jedi Academy Padawan Any %. Got quite a few donations to read here, if we can. Ben236 donates $5 and says, "Hey psychoripper, I met you in the Lamb Run the other day, and I'm glad to have stayed up to see your run. Good luck. I hope you do well." Anonymous donates $50 and says, "Good. Good. Let the charity flow through you." Nexus Sin donates $25, matched and added 5. Let's see how far this trend can go. Do it. Do it. Do it. Just do it. Evermore donates $80. Hope this comment gets read to let you guys know that I think the work you guys do is beyond awesome. I can't watch much, but I keep you guys on non-stop at work in much secret just to listen in to this awesome event. Third time GDQ for me, and second time donating because you people deserve it for all your hard work.